All right, sports fans, it's another Q&A with Alan and Marshall. I'm Marshall Atkinson.
I'm Alan Howe with Easy Way.
And welcome to our show. Been an interesting short week, and
Definitely
had a lot of really good things happen this week. So, but glad that you guys are here, and we hope that we could bring you guys some value on Friday. And so anyway, what you been doing, Alan? Where you been this week?
You know what? I haven't been to a lot of places. I've been up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, with it being a short week. I had to wait on check on a couple things. I had a great Labor Day weekend, Marshall. I don't know about you. And by great, I didn't do anything. I got a lot done around the house, but really didn't work on stuff. But it was just a good, relaxing week.
That was my agenda. Also, on Saturday, I worked. I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. I think I've got a big, believe it or not, big art mid-journey commission that I'm working on. And
nice.
So I was around with that, and then the rest of the weekend I didn't do anything, and then we did some cooking. I made some just awesome steaks, and
nice.
Watched my team absolutely embarrass themselves on national TV Monday night. So not happy about that at all. And in fact, one of my coaching clients was making fun of it this morning. So thank you for that. And but this week is I love a short week.
I do.
Right. And next week is going to be a short week for me because I'm only in the office on Monday. The rest of the time I'm in Vegas. Right. And even though I'll be working and running my mouth, right? But I'm, not like doing my normal stuff. So it feels adventurous, we'll say.
And for one of the few times in my career, I will not be in Vegas at Printing United this year. But I'm telling you, Marshall, and you and I have talked, is there a little bit of FOMO? Yes, there is the fear of missing out. Yeah. I'm going to miss hanging with you and all the people I see in the academy, and Ray Greenwood's going to be there, and seeing what's new. Yeah. But I have just more important stuff that I am really excited about going on. So it's been a good week. You and I will talk about it there. Some things, the one thing, no matter, we are considered the OGs, seasoned veterans, man, you never stop learning. You never have to keep thinking outside the box and having some success with some things. So pretty excited.
That's good. Good. So, all right. So let's say hi to some people. I want to bring up, get something ready for later. So can you just run the controls real quick and say, hey? Well,
absolutely. So we want to say, of course, hi to Richard in Michigan. And Richard, you are not going to Printing United, first time in forever for you also, which, but glad you're doing well, Richard, always here. Ray, I gave you a shout out, right? Ray, there's some people that you need to hook up with there at the show. I've told them your name, so that'd be great. And you know what? This would be a great time. Richard, 2 years ago in Las Vegas, a great dinner with Glenn Shull. If we didn't mention it, Glenn Shull has been in the industry about as long as I have, almost 40 years. He was with a company called Podger when I was with J Products. And Glenn passed away suddenly just a few weeks ago. We didn't hear about it in the industry right away, but we did in the academy. Glenn was an academy member and got an incredible letter from his daughter. And you know what, Marshall, you and I were talking last year at this time in Atlanta. We were doing the show and Glenn was one of our guests on it. And Glenn, we still remember you. We're going to miss you, buddy. Just a great guy. Talk about somebody, when I met Glenn was a seasoned veteran. He was writing articles, and I actually patterned some of my writing going, I could do that. It was very fundamental. And even though he was a high-end textile printer, and Glenn jumped into the digital and became just incredible in the whole digital market. So talk about morphing and that things are always changing. he did great. So, yeah.
Yep.
So,
All right, cool. So
Dan's here. Dan Campbell. Hey,
it's here.
always good to see you. So,
all right. So you want to jump into the first topic?
sure. Go ahead.
And that's the reason why I wanted to get something ready was let's talk about next week, Printing United.
There we are.
I got the map loaded up, which I did earlier. And by the way, look, I'm having trouble with my mouse here. I want to there you go. Here's the Easy Way booth.
All right. What booth number is it? I have no idea.
SL 6049.
SL 6049. Got it.
Right there. You're right by Stratojet and Greentex America, Caesar, Dover, Muto, New Life, Magnetics, whatever they are, Radio Graphics. Yeah. So probably look for the giant Cornette sign. That's probably, I'm sure they're going to be hanging something from the ceiling. So
Brothers Not Far, looks like Grimco.
Yep.
All that. So yeah. You know what? There is going to be an auto reclaim unit in the booth that's already sold going into Cincinnati, Ohio. So I'm very excited about that. But go by the booth, say hi, take a look. Some new stuff coming at Easy Way too. We were just in a meeting earlier, so some great stuff. I'm real excited.
Yeah. So anyway, so the fun thing here is Printing United is this next week, right? I'm flying in on Tuesday, mainly to go to the thing at 4:00, which is the Academy little introduction with our new members and awards and stuff.
Is that Tuesday or Wednesday?
Huh?
Is that Tuesday or Wednesday?
It's Tuesday, so I'm flying in. I think I land around 2 or something, 1, I don't know. And so looking forward to that. And then Wednesday is the big class day, right?
Oh, yeah, that's what yep.
So Wednesday is class day for me. So the Academy has room S231 for the whole day on Wednesday. And we've got a bunch of classes. And these are going to be really fantastic discussions. I'm in 2 of them, but so there's the digital inkjet. That's Mike Ruff's class. Printing Your Future Now. Anna McDougall's leading the charge in that one. What's AI doing to my color? Jim Raffles, a moderator for that, on the panel. And that's
who else is on that panel with you? Huh? Who else is on that panel with you? Travis Barcelona?
It's me and Jim. It's the Jim and Marshall show, right?
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And so we're talking about how you can get different colors and different strategies for color using AI image creators, right? And of course, I'm showing Midjourney. That's what I use.
Of course.
So be showing that. And then make your equipment pay up. This is a panel discussion that Glenn, who we're just talking about, was going to be the moderator for, and I'm taking over for him, and that's with Travis Barcelona and Tim Quinn. So,
man, and this was actually Glenn's idea, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and so the idea here was, you're going to be buying some equipment, or you've already bought it, right? How do you get the ROI out of it? Right.
Yeah.
How do you, it could be a press, it could be a folder, it could, whatever it is, right? How are you getting, how are you making your equipment pay up? So this is going to be a really great panel discussion with 2 guys that really know their equipment, right? So it's going to be
incredible,
really great discussion. And then the last one of the day from 4 to 4:45 is with Mark Coudray. And that's the future of profitability. Just a fantastic discussion. And he was talking about it on the Catalyst call yesterday. And I think it's going to be a really great talk, right? And so that's Wednesday, September 11th, and room S231. And we'd love to see you, right? the other thing, of course, we're going to get into it later, is I've authored a book with a couple other fellas, and this is all about inclusivity, which is about how we can get disabled folks into the printing industry as staff members. And we're having a book release panel discussion that Jed Seifert, Vince Bartozzi, Patrick Bardsley, Tim Howe, and Josh Caruth with Printing United are on the panel, as well as me. And that's at 11 o'clock on Wednesday, right? And this is on the main stage in the apparel zone.
Marshall, keep talking. I've got to step away for a second.
Where is that? Let's look at the floor plan. Where is the main stage there? What was the number? The number is SL 5287. 5287. Huh. Well, I don't know where that is.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I had to step away.
Where do you think 5287 would be? Here's 55.
Here's next to 5288. Is it SL? What's the company, Marshall?
It's the main stage for Apparel Zone, right? 5287. Can we put that in here? See if this works. Nope.
Well, there's a South Hall.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Can we expand it? It's going to be to the left more.
Yeah, but
oh, maybe not. What the heck?
I don't know where it is. So
people don't know how to count.
I guess I'll be asking for some directions. Anyway, sorry we can't help you. I don't know how to drive the map. Wonder if we can. Is there a way to look it up by booth number? I don't know. All right. Well, anyway, it's 5287. We'd love to see you there.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a great discussion about what about the book and what's going on, right? But anyway, so let's just talk about Printing United in general. And
well, Marshall, my question on your book, my signed copy's in the mail already, right? Coming to me, my autographed copy.
Well, we haven't gotten it printed yet, so
okay.
No.
Okay, the answer would be no. Got it.
The book for real in October in conjunction with Disability Awareness Month.
Awesome.
And let's talk about the book toward the end of the show, I think.
Sure.
But anyway, you can get we're giving Printing United, by the way, is giving all the members a copy of the book for free, right?
Oh, a digital copy. Awesome.
Yep. So you're there to sign up. In fact, I'm going to show the website here in a minute, and people can sign up for it. But
that's so awesome. Way to go, Printing United.
Yeah. So anyway, so let's talk about Printing United and maybe even trade shows in general, right? And I think a lot of people come to these things and they wander around, and Printing United is just a massive show, right? And so what should they expect, Alan, if they're going to this thing? What should they be thinking about? Should they be planning? You know, there's a lot of networking stuff. There's a lot of, to me, the power of a trade show is bumping into people at a class, in line for coffee, at the bar, after the event, whatever, right? That's where all the action really is, right? So what should we be thinking about if we're going to this thing?
Well, and if you've never been to a Printing United, used to be called SGIA show, it is a total mind blow because it is so big. And whether you're in textile screen printing or graphic screen printing or membrane switch or glass or functional or bottle or or digital or DTF or any kind of printing under the sun, it's probably going to be there. You're going to see machines bigger than your house at times, just some monster stuff. You're going to see fully automated stuff. So to say just walk around and find it, that's not a good move, and it's a waste of time and money, because you will never be able to absorb everything and see. If you're going to a show, my first recommendation is, one, have a plan. Think about your business. What are the things you are looking for? If you're looking just to look around, okay, narrow that down. Are you a screen printer? Are you an embroiderer? Are you looking for soft goods? Are you looking for substrate? Are you in digital? I have that. My colors are off. Who are your color people? But you need to narrow it down and have a plan and find those people and mark where the booths are. And you need to have a plan to do that. One, wear comfortable shoes.
Yeah. And one of the things I like to do is I like to ship myself a case of water to my hotel room.
Yep.
And you don't have to be the big 24 pack. It could be like the 6 or 8 or 12 pack kind of a thing. And that way you've got water that you can throw in your bag, and it's not costing you like $20 for a bottle.
Because remember, this is a convention center, so they will charge you $72 for a bottle of water if they can.
Yeah. So
and it's supposed to be 100 degrees in Vegas, so stay hydrated.
Yeah. So here's convention zone logic, right?
Yeah.
So over here, right, is 80, 70, 60, right? So here is 50, 5287. It goes by the top row, right?
Nice.
So this is why it's over here. And if you look, it's at the far, I guess, east. I guess this is oriented north and south, right? So this would be the east side of the convention hall, right? So if you're over here by M&R, you got to walk all the way down here to the apparel zone, right? That's where the main stage is for a lot of education and stuff.
Marshall, if it's in the same place it always is, isn't right there by the apparel zone where the steps are going up? Because doesn't this almost like a 3-level, a little bit like a drop down on there? But I don't know. But
well, here's the entrance.
Right? Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
But so anyways, back to that. So you want to pick these places. Where are the people going to be at? You know, if you're wanting to network and you're in the apparel industry, you're going to want to be at the apparel zone. You're going to want to be at Easy Way's booth. Oh, wait, that was a shameless plug. You are going to want to, you know, be at these places. You know, the Printing United place. Find out. You want to know what Printing United is about, you're going to want to go to their booth. There are people there that's going to tell you everything about it. Mm-hmm. And they usually have places to sit, and, you know, it's pretty nice. So you're going to want to have a plan. And then who are the people you want to meet? If you want to meet Marshall, you need to contact him because he is pretty visible. Marshall is not he's not a real big guy. He's only 6'5". Is that what 6'5"?
5'17".
What's that?
I'm 5'17". Get it right.
5'17". My bad. So yeah. So you know, that is, you know, you're going to see him, but Marshall is, you know, there are schedules. Marshall plans. He has stuff there. He will have coffee with you. He will meet you and want to, but there are people you want to meet with, you know, some of these other printers and stuff, and you know them. You know, you might want to call and say, hey, when can we get together? When are you going to be at your booth? Or can we meet at the apparel zone or something like that? Try to at least loosely get that taken care of. If you think you're going to run into people, you might. But I've been at that show where people are there and I'm there for 4 days and they're there for 4 days. Never saw them.
Yeah. So usually when I do a show, I have a list of somewhere between 40 and 70 people that I want to hook up with and see. Yep. And ISS, I only got to like 50. So because the show's big, and I'll try multiple times to talk to people, and they're talking with a customer or they're in a meeting or whatever, and sometimes you just never hook up, right? It's just one of those things. And Frank says, by the way, Frank has a new job with stalls.
Yep.
And he's going to be at booth 166. I guess that'd be 10,066, right?
Yep.
And here it is on the map. It's right next to GSG, right next to Hirsch. Right, kind of almost by Easy Ways, right over here, right? So
everybody wants to be, the Stalls Easy Way booth is going to be
right here, right?
It's going to be the hub spot for everybody. Stalls and Easy Way.
Yeah, right there. So anyway, look how big the M&R booth is. It's usually pretty big.
GSG has a good size showing there, so yeah.
Yep. Right, 2 booths.
Yep, Rock has a good size showing.
Yeah. So anyway, if you are going, I highly suggest that you can get this. They have an app.
Yep.
You can get it on your phone, and that way you can just plug it in. And what booth are you looking for? And then it'll give you directions to where you need to go. Of course, here's the trick. I couldn't figure out how to use it earlier. There's a pull down. So I was on keyword. If you want to do booth number, you got to use the booth number thing, because booth number doesn't work for keyword, because that would make too much sense. Okay. Yep. So anyway, I love going to shows, and I think there was the Graphics Pro Irving, Texas show. I didn't go to that one. Okay. But by the end of the year, I will have gone to every single industry trade show, the major ones, not DAX, but every single major show of this year, right? And very interesting. And when I go to a show, like, I really try hard to not eat with the same people every meal. Right. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I try to find new people I haven't met, or people that I'm trying to reconnect with, or maybe it's a customer or whatever. I try to do that every single meal, right? And I make a point of that. So,
Marshall, here's the other thing.
Have breakfast or lunch or dinner with you. So if you're there, let's find each other and hook up.
Here's the other thing, Marshall, and it's still maddening. If you're going and you go without business cards, fail.
Yes.
Make sure you have business cards. When people, I left them at home, I didn't, oh my gosh. You're going to be meeting people. You're going to want to stay in contact with them. Make sure you have them. Take advantage of everything this show has to happen. You are taking your time and cost to do that. Go see the stuff that we're talking about, the book signing. You're also going to want to take a look at what is new in the industry. What parts are there that I don't know about? And this is where education, the academy education, is going to be incredible. When the one that Marshall and Jim Raffle are doing on color, that will apply to anything. You're in digital, you're in DTF, you're in, you're in direct to garment, you're in wide format. You're going to want to see that. You want to know where screen printing future is, and it might not be t-shirts. You're going to want to see what's going on there. Go see the RH Solutions booth. That is everything that prints everything from circuit boards to glass. They're going to be doing live UV printing there with Atma presses. Andy McDougall's going to be running it with Nazdar UV inks and American Ultraviolet and Wash Up Chemical by Easy Way. Shameless plug.
Yeah, but I know David Slagle's going, and he's specifically not going to be in the apparel zone part. He just wants to see all the other printing to see if any of that software or technology or whatever could maybe carry over to what we do and what he does.
And it can. It's called convergence.
Yeah.
And you might not want to bring it inside your shop, but you might want to partner with them in some way and start looking. And it's called convergence. And this is the show to do it with.
Right.
I'm known in the textile end. I do a textile pretty much with Marshall on Q&A. I'm, a big supporter of Shirt Lab, but a lot of my business is in the graphic, in that functional printing. Ray Greenwood's going to be there. He's an expert in functional and electronic printing. He's going to be at the RH booth. They're printing with roller frames. He's your guy there. Him, Andy McDougall. Meet these people, find out, and see what can happen there. There's so much there. Don't go and miss the opportunities. What's new? Stalls always has something new that's out there. Go see Frank. At least make Frank feel good.
Here's where our friend Jay will be hanging out, right here.
Jay Bastell's in the equipment zone. Terry Combs is going to be there. Good people.
Mm-hmm.
So there is so much there. I also say take advantage of the education. I do believe, Marshall, that whole day, that whole academy track in that room, if you just stayed in that room for every class, you will have so much information your head will explode probably.
Do we want people's head exploding?
We don't want their head exploding, but man,
that looks really messy.
if you apply just a fraction from everything into your business, do you know how far you will be ahead of your
okay. So here's the thing: is applying the knowledge. It's attempting what you learn. That's the secret to doing stuff. If you read a book or watch a movie or attend a class or go to a trade show and you never try stuff, you might as well have not gone.
Yes. Hey, Marshall, did we miss someone on here?
I don't know. Hey, look at that. From Sweden.
From Sweden, Amir. Hey, we didn't mean to cross over. Thanks for watching. Tell us.
We're trade show excited. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us about your business. Where in Sweden are you? So wonderful.
Yeah.
And also, you know what? Printing United's a place. Don't be afraid. You see somebody from Sweden there, from Europe, from Asia. Converse with them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And one, it's Americans, man. Invite them in. Let's be decent. I've traveled to Asia and all over the world, and I've been treated great. We want to make sure the hospitality is still both ways.
Hey, this is available if you want to get a booth real quick.
There we go.
I wonder if I could get a deal.
Brian, right there. Brian Buffka, there we go.
You could get a deal.
I bet not, but maybe. The booth right next to it is thinking of setting up chairs there right now.
Right. Hey, look, Cornet's in 2 booths.
Cornet is interesting to me.
Because they're down over here. Where did I see them? Maybe it's just one booth, and I noticed them earlier. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
So Cornet's interesting. Why?
Nope, there's Cornet down on that one right there.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I thought I saw them.
Right out there on the other side. Yeah, because they're over there by Easy Way.
Yeah, they are. Right. Yeah, we talked about them by Easy Way. Right. Yeah, Cornet Digital right here.
Yeah.
Booths. Why would you do 2 booths? Because it's too far to. Nobody wants to walk that far.
You know what? They might have 2 different types of machinery. So Cornet is interesting because they've run the gamut and stuff, but they are doing a lot of stuff. And we used to hear a lot about them, and I don't as much. But I am seeing them in some big shops, and it's some pretty incredible automation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Well, hey, anybody got any questions about Printing United? Or also, just for a show of hands, who's going besides me?
Frank and Ray will be there.
Frank and Ray will be there. Anybody else? Just curious.
Yeah. Brian, are you going? Will Myra let you go or not?
I don't think Brian goes. I think he's got a beef with Printing United, I think. Joe said he'll be there. Joe, we got to hook up.
Joe, awesome. Now FOMO is really happening for me. Joe coming all the way from Florida.
He lives in
Atlanta, Georgia.
See, he's going to be parachuting in. That's him right there in this parachute.
Yeah. Well, Joe, make sure you hit those academy classes too.
He's going to be taking a halo dive into the show. Very interesting.
It is take advantage of everything of the show. So it's incredible. Mm-hmm. All shows are. And then after this, the real big one is Impressions Long Beach, which I'm real excited about already.
Yeah. I'm going to be teaching a mid-journey class.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And Joe said he would be parachuting in if he could.
If he could. The roof doesn't retract, or they would let you.
Yeah.
And right. Then we would pick a booth. We would have a contest on what booth he has to hit, what number he has to hit.
Yeah. He'd be like the guy coming in with the football with the flag on his boot, right?
Yeah.
With the smoke. He's coming in. Hold on. He's coming in with a bucket of green ink and a squeegee, and he's going to land right in the middle of the show floor.
And
that would be great.
Right on top of a digital machine, ink all over it. That can't be good.
Yeah. Well, there's a lid on the bucket. Come on.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
And Charles just jumped in. Hey, Charles. Good to see you.
Charles, are you going to Printing United? I met Charles at a Printing United. United? Yeah, in Vegas, I think it was. Vegas or Dallas, one of them.
The Dallas one was a long time ago.
It was a while ago. Charles hasn't been to a show since
that one. All right. Hey, let's shift to the next topic.
Let's go.
What is slowing you down?
My age. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So if you've read, how many here have read Traction, right? Or excuse me, The Goal, right? Not Traction, but The Goal, right? And if you remember The Goal, Joe takes his whole the Boy Scout troop on a hike, and that's where he learns what happens when you put different people in different orders, in different order on the hike, and you can speed up or slow down depending on where you put the fat kid, whatever his name was, right? And so it's like
we'll call him Gilbert.
We'll call him Marshall. That would have been me, right? and so what you can only move as fast as the slowest part of your process. That's the theory of constraints. So with your business right now, right, what is the slowest part of whatever you do, right? Is it the art proofing? Is it burning screens? Is it getting something digitized? Is it ordering goods in and you live in the middle of nowhere and everything is 3 days from you? What is the slowest part of your process, right? And then what I want you to think about here is, what can you do to speed that up, right? And then this is going to have a direct effect on your turn times, on your speed, on different things. It also could improve some quality when you start thinking about this stuff. So I would love for everybody just to chime in. What is the slowest part of your process right now, right? Where is the speed bump? That's what we want to talk about, right? And so for you, Alan, right, you go to a lot of shops just like I do, right? What do you think is the slowest part of most shops' process?
Well, there's a bunch.
Well, just the first thing that pops in your head, because I know what's in my head.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and it's not auto reclaim, which it should be, but the slowest part of the process is poor tension on a screen, and it's slowing down their presses.
Yep. For me, it's the sales to art to screen room workflow.
True. Yeah.
And that's usually where you lose a lot of time, and it could be days of time, right? Yep. And it's because of poor information, not a good information, the wrong information, no information, art instructions like do something cool, which makes me want to just pop you right in the nose, right?
Yep.
That type of stuff. If you've got
make me something that looks cool. Yeah. If
you've got multiple revisions, you've got issues with your information.
Yep.
If you are doing something for a customer, designing, and if you're under 85% of the time making revisions for the first time you're sending something to somebody, you've got problems, right? And so it can't be 100% because sometimes customers just pull something out of their butt and want something different. But most of the time, it should be the first time you send somebody to something to get approved, comes right back as approved.
Right.
That's what you want, right? And the reason why is because we want the screens to be sitting there on the rack way early, so when the production goes to reach for the screen, it's sitting right there. If you're burning screens the day that you're printing, you're doing it wrong.
100%.
Okay? You're doing it wrong. Just stop with that nonsense. Build a better process, right? So that's kind of like what I think about, right? Is just that workflow, right? It could also be in receiving. I've been to so many shops. Receiving is their slowest part.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
And they get a whole bunch of stuff in and they don't count it for 2 or 3 days. What's the problem there? Is that you can't stop the ocean. The tides are still coming in, and you get this big buildup of stuff. And this is when you discover that the mediums aren't here, or they shipped the wrong color or whatever. And then guess what? Now you don't have enough time to resolve that problem. We want to be counting in the inventory the same day it comes in. And that's how we do it, right?
Yeah.
Got some good comments here. Let's throw them up.
And I think too, once you find that slowest part and you change it, you need to start looking down the line at the process, because now there'll be another slower part. And you need to keep, it's almost an ongoing process, what can be improved. And that's not a bad thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah, right. So Ray says poor tension or highly variable tension with a screen setter, equal but not enough tension, is the first big killer of setup and print speed, and produces registration and texture errors. Yeah, texture errors is the key there.
Yep.
If your print looks like a cobblestone road, there's a reason for that.
If your white ink looks like frosting and peeking up like that, cool on a cake, bad on a shirt, that's a tension problem.
Yeah.
If you're printing 2 images, a halo, and you're not supposed to, that's a tension problem.
Yeah.
So
Dan, who lives in the art world, says, for us at the moment, it's the wrong person doing creative designs, coming up with ideas effectively, taking up their more important time of running the business while having the feeling of not having enough money flowing to afford another design person. Exactly. We're going to save money by doing it ourselves. Right? Yeah. So, you're not saving any money. What you're doing is you're not doing the things that are going to make a big difference to your company, because you're focusing on the wrong thing. I see this. It doesn't have to be art. It could be anything, really. And so as the owner, right, you need to be replacing yourself with these tasks that be delegated or whatever.
Right.
I hear a lot. What I hear is nobody can do it as good as me.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Nobody can do it as fast as me. Nobody can do it as good as me. It's like, really? So you were born with that skill?
Yeah.
How did you learn it? Right. And so anything can be taught. And let me tell you, with repetition comes speed. Right? Somebody just starting off, of course they're going to be slower than you, right? But 6 months from now or a year from now, I bet some people are going to be better than you, right? But if you never get them a chance to ride the bike or drive the car, they're just not going to know how to do it, right?
Well, when I hear people say that and they keep doing it and their business is growing and that's the bottleneck, that tells me just a huge insecurity that this is my kingdom. And that's how dictators fall.
Yeah.
That is a big problem, and you got to get out of your own way from there. That tells me you might be good at that, but you're a horrible teacher.
Yeah. I was at a shop once, okay, and they had 14 autos that they ran on 2 shifts.
Yep.
But they only ran it with a press operator and a catcher, because they said they couldn't afford to pay for the puller. And I'm like, you're running this press at half speed.
So you're already paying for the puller.
And I go, this is the reason why you have to have a second shift. Don't you understand this? And they could not understand it. They just couldn't understand. I even wrote a blog article about it because I was so like jacked up about it, right?
Marshall, where do I put that? What folder?
Huh?
What folder do I put that in?
Yeah.
Don't confuse me with facts. My mind is made up.
Yeah. So they're happy to run that auto at 150 or maybe 175 an hour instead of like 400 or 500 an hour because they can't pay that second person, that third person for that crew. Right?
You know what? Sometimes it's a little ego too, where they're going, you know what? I'm a shop. I have 2 shifts. We're busy and all that, which doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
Right? So I won't say the name of the shop, but it's just crazy.
Exactly.
And but some people just don't listen, man.
Sorry, Charles. Did not mean to call out your shop. Oh, wait, our bad.
No, it's not Charles, right?
Charles has 14. Charles only has 10 autos. No.
Yeah, Charles wish he had 10 autos, I think.
No, Charles does incredible work.
So anyway, what's slowing you down? Okay, and it could be really anything. It could be the fact that you're not an accountant and you're putting off getting your closing the books every month, right? So it's September and yet you're still haven't closed the books for May, right? Let's learn this stuff. I was talking with a new coaching client the other day, and they don't know how to do a P&L, right? And so they're using QuickBooks and they're trying to figure it out. I'm like, hey, do yourself a favor and find somebody to help you to do it. Pay them the money and get the thing done so you can concentrate on the other stuff that you need to do to run the business.
And Marshall, you're going to a show. We just talked about that. If you don't know yet, I need to spend money before the end of the year. My accountant's telling me you need to find that out. You're going to a show. Now would be a good time. What do you start looking at?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
by the way, there's a big difference between a bookkeeper and a CPA.
An accountant. Correct.
So bookkeeper just manages your books. They don't know all the stuff. Right?
Yep. They just keep things in order where you can hand it to your accountant.
Yeah. Right.
So 100%.
So what is slowing you down? Just put some thought into this, right? And a really great thing to do, by the way, is to go to, let's say, a department that you're suspicious of and just watch them work.
Yeah.
Just watch people work. Where's that guy going? What's going on? What's in the way? How many shops have you been to, Alan, that's just got so much, I'll just call it detritus, okay, on the shop floor that people are constantly walking around things. It's like, what is this thing? What is this thing? Get it out of the way. What it's like, it's a skid of shirts from last year that's sitting right there on the floor that everybody walks around every day.
Yeah.
Right?
Put it somewhere. Get rid of it. Get it out of the way.
What is slowing you down? Also, and Dean will be really happy with me when I say what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
What's slowing you down? You do a lot of DTG work and you spend all this time pre-treating shirts. What if you just bought shirts that were already pre-treated?
100%.
All right, Dean, send that check in the mail, please. Right.
That's right.
So you can buy shirts that are already pre-treated, and guess what? You just skip that entire step, and then all you're doing is just printing the shirt. How much of an impact would that have on your business if you do DTG?
Yeah. Hey, Dean, what's your booth number there at the show too?
Yeah. I would love to,
they're going to be there. So with UX Apparel and RTP Apparel and stuff, go check it out. Go see Dean.
Yeah. So he says, by the way, it seems like the whole industry is sort of we're in a limbo mode. Outside influence, I suppose, election year, weird economic times, fear, worry, more being shipped across the borders for cheaper production. It's all kind of gray at the moment, it seems. Yeah, 100%. You say that, but let me tell you, I've been to shops. They're having their best year ever. They're making more profit than ever. Everything is clicking for them. And then in the shops that are completely lost. And to me, the difference between the two is some folks have worked out customer experience is what they're focusing on. They're getting in front of people. They've changed how they sell and how they operate. And I think the people who are just sitting back and waiting for the times to change are the ones that are complaining about things the most.
No, I agree that there are people that are the busiest they've been. There are some that have slowed down, but they're busy. But there is, I'm going to agree, I'm going to go opposite of Marshall Dean. There is a weirdness in there, and it's not just here, it's worldwide, because I've traveled worldwide. So there is a weirdness there because people are just not sure with uncertainties, and that happens. But you still have to push through. You still have to be doing stuff. You still have to do business. And what can you do to change?
Well, that's my point.
Yeah.
By the way, here's.
But to deny there's not weirdness, I don't think that's the thing. You are 100%. I agree with that, Dean. But there are companies going, I'm swamped. Now, they did have a slowdown and for only a few weeks, and they've had to keep going. There are people that are, okay, where are we refocusing? What are we doing?
Well, so,
yeah.
At the end of the day, if you want a different result, you have to do things differently.
Yep.
So whatever you're doing isn't working. Okay. Yep. You can't keep doing the things that you're doing because that's why you're wherever you are. Right.
And guys, I usually don't do this, but I've got to step away one more time. I'm expecting a call.
And we have to change. We have to do something different. We have to figure it out. Right. That's how you do stuff. Right. And I think business as usual, only gets you so far. And to me, if you're not innovating, you're not experimenting, you're not bringing new ideas to customers, you're not actually focusing on developing new customer segments. Okay. Why do you think in the food industry, people are constantly trying new flavors and new packaging and new things and new promotions because they're trying to build more sales. They're trying to innovate because you can't just have one flavor of Gatorade. We have to have 30, right? Because we never know what's going to hit. So, so there's Dean's booth. So right there where it's highlighted, and then UX Print still having a summer sale, $1.75 tees, and we just got 3 new colors: navy red, athletic gray. Can't beat the price. That's great. Hey Dean, what's the largest size you go up to? Do you go up past 3? 3X? All right. So anyway, so what's slowing you guys down? Would love to have more comments about that while we wait for Mr. Howe to come back. And there he is.
I am back. I am sorry about that, guys. So I had to call Marshall early this morning. My internet has been intermittent in my house. It's been weird the last couple of weeks where it's just been going out. That was the tech. He's going to be here at 1. So I have the call I've been waiting for. Yeah. So I do apologize. I usually turn my phone off, but that's what it was.
So Dean says that for their shirts, it goes up to a 4X, which is a good size shirt.
And check out UX Apparel, man. It's a great promo shirt too. But yeah. And Dean did you already see he put up his booth number?
Yeah, I did that. We went all over that.
I was away, so I didn't know.
Yeah. So let's go to the third topic here because we're going to run out of time here.
And Dean, I won't be there. Marshall will be there. I'm not going to the show this year.
Yeah.
So I'll see you guys next time I'm down in Ohio. I'll stop by.
Yeah.
I'll let you buy me lunch.
Yeah. Let's have some lunch or coffee or something while we're there.
Absolutely.
All right. So labor issues. Everybody right now, it's such a common thing. We can't find people. We've got to whatever. So-and-so just quit, or we just let somebody go, or whatever, right? This is a common issue, right? And depending on where you live, you could have a really large and diverse pool of people you can pick from, or there's nobody because you're in the middle of nowhere in the country, right?
Yep.
And so this is a big challenge for a lot of people. So how do we solve this? I think there you can do a couple things, right? I know from talking with other people, what seems to work is first you have to market that you're in the need of people, right? I think a lot of shops don't post on their social. They don't post on their website. They don't do those things to let people know. Also, your employees could be a really good source of other employees because they have a friend or their neighbor's college kid needs a job or whatever. They might know people.
Yep.
And if they like working for you, a lot of times they'll be a really good mouthpiece to, hey, we need somebody. Why don't you come in? Right. Um, and so those are really good. But there's the largest group of people in this country.
Well, Marshall, let me add one more thing because I know what you're going to go to. I think it's important. Are you a company that people want to work for also?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I want to add that. Be that company. It's not so much about the money, but it is the culture.
Well, sometimes it's about the money.
It is. It is. I mean, you got to pay them well.
Get a job at Subway and that pays me more. I don't know. I'm coming to work for you.
Well, exactly. But there is a culture. Is it a shop that you hate? There's a shop I always think of when I'm going, the worst shop I've ever been to in my career. And then there's one like I was just in this week going, oh my gosh, this is cleaner than grocery stores. It was incredible, and they're huge. They're doing a lot.
What's
anyways.
The culture like where you work? Yeah, that's a good thing.
We noticed when my boss and I were in there, everybody we walked by, big, small, and smiling. Hello, how you doing? Everybody was like in a good mood. Like we're talking employees. It's a company with 18 autos. We're like, what is the deal?
Let me ask you, were they wearing shop shirts?
No.
Okay.
But it is a very nice place. So yeah.
I tell you, I've been to a lot of shops, and the ones that seem where everybody's got on the shop shirt.
Yep.
And it's a professional culture there.
Yep.
Those are the ones that tend to have better employees because they are really picky about who they let to the door.
And and it's a time where they're choosing the best of the best. And these people are engaged in there. It's actually an ESOP company, so it's doing extremely well. So, they make money as the company does well too. So,
yeah. So anyway, so labor issues, right? So one of the things that I want to kind of get to here is that there is a group of folks that are the largest group of unemployed people who want to work. They just don't get the opportunity. So, Alan, who is that? Do you know?
People with handicap.
Yeah, disabled.
And that's not disabled. Yeah.
And so what does that mean? That means that they have autism, they have cerebral palsy, they're deaf, they're in a wheelchair, they're missing a leg. I mean, whatever.
They had traumatic head injury.
Yeah, it could be all types of stuff.
Anything.
Okay. It isn't necessarily what you think.
A veteran. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'll tell you is these people are more than what their diagnosis is.
Yep.
Okay. And so something that is not really well known is that in most places, probably not everywhere, but in most places, there are job coaches and then there are government agencies, and they will find you employees, they will bring them in, they will help train them. Sometimes there's money for you training them.
Yep.
Okay. Not all the time, but sometimes. Okay. And you don't have to worry about, I don't know if that person can do this job, because these folks will come in and evaluate the position and they will find people who can do that job.
Yep.
And that's what's really great about it. Right. And to really promote that fact. Okay. And, we've had Allie on here before and we've talked about some of this stuff, is that to promote that fact, that's the reason why we've written this book, right? And this is the book that we're going to be promoting for a long time, I think. But so this book was written with Jed Seifert and Vince Bartozzi with Stakes Manufacturing in Cleveland. and Patrick Bardsley and Tim Howe with Spectrum Designs in New York. And so this is a whole book about how, as a printing industry, we can get handicapped folks in our shops
Yep.
to help out and do the things that we need to do. So Spectrum Designs, by the way, is a shop just like yours. They do screen printing, they do embroidery, they do DTG, they do DTF, they do fulfillment. They actually have 2 shops in the New York City area.
Yep.
They employ 60% of their staff is on the autism spectrum.
Yep. Awesome.
It's just amazing. Okay. Stakes Manufacturing is in Cleveland, and they're a very large print on demand provider.
Yep.
They took over a former Lowe's. You know how big a Lowe's is. They're former Lowe's, and they've got 250 or 300 people, and about 25% of their staff has some sort of disability. Okay, and both of these companies are big proponents of this. And the book that we've written together is about how to do it in your shop. And these 4 gentlemen I interviewed them, and that's how I wrote the book, is about how to do it. It's how to bring it in the industry and how to do it. Now, here's some cool stuff. Printing United is helping us with the book. We're actually going to have print copies. We actually have the printing is being donated. This is going to be for sale on Amazon later, right? But Printing United has agreed to distribute a digital download of the copy to anybody who wants one, okay? Mm-hmm. And so we're going to release the book in October. By the way, Deborah Sexton is editing the book, right? So
she's
we got
amazing.
A lot of star power there. She's former editor of Impressions, right?
Yep.
And so all we need for you to get the book is to go to inclusivity.com. We're kind of cute with the spelling, right? So inclusivity, right? .com. And then what we love for you to do is just put your name and email in there, and we'll send you the book when it's released in October. And please get the word out on this. You'll probably see some social media posts from me about it. Please share that. We would love to get everybody into this. And if you need an employee, okay, this book will teach you how to do it with a disabled staff member.
Hey, and Marshall?
Yep.
I want to add something because I'm going to have to sign off early because I think they're going to turn off the internet in a minute.
Yeah.
But those companies you mentioned are very large. I have companies, one that only has 5 automatics, does embroidery fulfillment, and they work with people with head trauma. Some just might be slower, doing great. And then Allie Banholzer is not a big shop. She has 1 auto. She does heat press and all that. And she has a person, just, that 2 people, one who is slower. I forget what the Reclaim guy has, but has totally revamped the screen reclaiming and can set up a press just because he's been watching.
Yeah.
And then I forget the girl's name, but she has cerebral palsy, does all their web marketing and stuff. She's nonverbal, but she can, it's with eye retina scan and stuff. She handles everything online. So incredible. Right. You don't have to be a big company.
Yeah. Frank says, move everything to heat printing. Anyone can operate a heat press. And then Dean says, Stakes is a great company, local-ish and smart. Yeah, they're very smart.
All right.
So we'd really love for you guys to check that out. If you're at Printing United, 11 o'clock on the main stage, I showed you where that is on the east side. We'll be there talking about our book. You'll probably see some posters and stuff with QR codes. If you don't sign up for the book right now, we'd love for you to do that at the show.
Yep.
And of course, if you want more information or whatever, I've been writing this book for practically a year, so I put a lot of time into it. Would love to talk to you about it or connect you with people if you need more information. all of that stuff, right? So, all right, well, cool. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I know Alan's itching to like get
Yeah.
his tech to get his internet going.
I just don't want it to cut out. I see the technicians working outside already. I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
So,
So, all right. Well, hey, everyone have a great weekend. We're actually, this is on time for us to leave today. So we made it, Alan. Congratulations for not having to use your cell phone hotspot.
yeah, exactly. It's so weird. So you don't realize how much we're connected to technology and internet until you're not, because even your phone without it when you're in a house doesn't work 100% correctly.
So if you're planning on being in Vegas, I'm coming in early Tuesday afternoon and I'm staying till Friday late afternoon. Would love to have breakfast, get a cup of coffee, have a beer, have a meal. Please reach out to me. I've got plans with people already, so I can't do it all just willy-nilly, but would love to kind of like hang out. And so please reach out and let's figure out how to hook up. It's a big show. I'm super busy, but that doesn't mean I can't find time for you. So.
All right, guys, I got to go. I will chat at everybody later.
See ya. Take care. Bye.